Hello there, my name's JD, and you're back with me again in another episode of Weekly Update Wednesday. We're coming up to episode 13 already, so sit back, relax, and let's get down to the video. As usual, I'd like to welcome all the new viewers to the channel. If you're new here, do take a moment to click on the subscribe button down there. I'll really appreciate it. And don't forget as well, click on the notification bell so that you'll be updated every time I upload a brand new video. Do sign up for my email list and you'll get lots of free goodies, okay? You get access to my personal snare drum library and also my Reverb IR library as well. And big shout out to all the patrons out there, right? If you are watching this and you want to learn more about what this Patreon is about and you want to consider signing up, head on down to this website below, www.patreon.com/studio2105. If you sign up to become a patron, you can support the channel financially and you can support the creation of more content and more videos such as like this. If you sign up and you become a direct access or a VIP access patron, you also get one-on-one tutorial mentoring sessions, you get exclusive content, you get discount codes that you can use towards any of our studio services. For example, if you want to book studio time or if you want to book, mixing, recording, production services with me, right? If you sign up to become a VIP access patron, you get these discount codes. Now, very important, direct access band search is closing next week, right? Next week, Tuesday, 14th of July will be the last and final day. No more further extensions, okay? Alright, so please send in your demos if you are an independent and unsigned band and you want to stand a chance to win an opportunity to have your song produced, recorded, mixed, mastered by me right here. Right, check it out. Send in your demos, okay? Alright, last week I had another episode of MixStream. It was episode 9 and this time it featured very good friends of mine, right? So we're mixing a contemporary gospel track by the band reSURrEct 146. This is one of the songs that's off their upcoming album, which I'm producing. So the title of this track was called You Remain. So you can watch the live stream replay on the YouTube channel. These are very good friends of mine. I've known the band leader and the lead singer, Chris Lee, from a long time ago. We've known each other way back since we were in secondary school. Alright, so check it out. What else has been going on? The recording for Six Sense album is still ongoing. We're about halfway through the 8 songs for the drums, about a quarter way through the bass, and they're also doing some of the guitar work on their own in their own studio as well. So I reckon we're probably about maybe I'd say about a quarter way through the whole album lah. In fact, right after this video, right, if you're watching this video, right after that it's been released on my YouTube channel, I'm going to be having another bass session with them, so stay tuned, okay, for more updates to come. Alright, so without any further delay, let's get down to this week's featured question. Karen from Facebook wants to know, how do I soundproof my bedroom studio? Okay, first, let's get a few things straight, alright? Because this topic is always something that a lot of musicians get wrong, they get confused about. Now, number one, first point, soundproofing is not the same as acoustic treatment. Okay, let me repeat and emphasize this, okay? Soundproofing is not acoustic treatment. These are two entirely separate things and they have two entirely different definitions and two different meanings as well. Some of them may be using the same type of material, the same type of building material, so to speak, but they're not the same thing, okay? So that's point number one. So number two, and very, very important, foam, acoustic foam, or whatever foam products that are being sold out there cannot soundproof your room, okay? Right? It simply does not have the sufficient mass to do so. So having said that, getting these two things out of the way, these two important points, what is soundproofing? In layman's terms, I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible. Soundproofing, or sound isolation, to be more precise, is the measures that you take to reduce the level of sound or noise, okay, that's transmitted from one point, it could be from a source, to another point. This is usually in reference to, maybe a wall, right, in your room, your floors, your ceilings, your windows, etc. Okay, now, why did I say soundproofing is not acoustic treatment? Now, because of this, real and proper sound isolation requires mass, okay? It requires something that has mass, and it needs air gaps within a wall assembly, okay, within a certain wall structure. And so that's why you see in studios, okay, studios have thick walls and floating floors and drop ceiling, right? Because these structural assembly, these wall assemblies, what they do is they absorb the vibrations from all the sound waves. It weakens them, okay, all right. Don't need to get to the science behind it, but basically it absorbs it, it weakens all these sound waves to the point that very, very little will get through. Perfect 100% soundproofing can never be achieved. There's no 100% soundproofing unless you're talking about, a vacuum, okay, or maybe in outer space, okay, where there's no atmosphere, there's no air molecules to transmit the sound waves. Now, obviously for a home studio, there's no need to go to such extremes, so unless you're prepared to hack the walls down in the building, or tear down, existing wall structures and wall assemblies. Now, obviously, if you are living in a condo, if you're living in a high-rise apartment, that is definitely impossible, okay? Or if you are renting a place or renting a space, that of course is also going to be impossible. So we're going to just look at some of the budget and some of the cheapest ways and the most cost-effective ways that you can achieve some of this sound isolation without having to tear down your walls and build soundproof walls. The easiest way for any kind of sound to leak is through gaps, right? It's for gaps in the wall assembly. So this could be tiny gaps through maybe the door frames, through window frames, and the sort. First, what you want to do, right, is to seal up all these gaps. The simplest way is to install window or door seals. These can be bought at any hardware store or any kind of like a home improvement store, right? Here in Malaysia, we have Ace Hardware, you have Mr. DIY, and those kind of stuff, right? So you can buy all these ready-made window or door seals, or weather seals, weather strips, as they may call it. Very, very easy to apply. You don't need any specific or specialized tools to do so. So when you install these window or door seals, you want to ensure that you have a tight, proper seal, because even a tiny gap is going to allow sound to pass through, right? And it's just going to render your whatever seals or whatever things you have done or whatever things you install, it just renders it useless. You want to make sure that it's airtight, right? A proper seal, so that the sound cannot pass through. If your windows, for example, right, in your house or apartment are going to be permanently closed, you don't ever anticipate ever opening it to get some fresh air, you can also consider to use some sealant or a caulking, right, using a caulking gun that you can seal up the windows. I will also use the same as well to check around all the wall perimeters. You will want to sort of seal all the edges and the perimeter of those walls as well. Check out these measures first, because a little can go a long way. Go the inexpensive route first, okay, before you go doing something drastic. Plus, like I mentioned earlier, if it's in a high-rise apartment, you're in an apartment building, it's definitely impossible for you to hack it and to tear down the walls. Okay. Now here's the thing: once you've kind of sealed up your room, okay, you may sometimes discover that that noise also might be leaking from other areas in your house or in your apartment. Okay, you may discover maybe from other doors or windows, so you might also have to apply and to install the same window and door seals for those as well. Now here's an additional benefit. Actually, here's a benefit of installing these kind of products, is that you can also achieve better insulation for your home. Okay, so this can kind of reduce your heating, your ventilation, and your air conditioning costs, right? Like here in Malaysia, it's hot. You can also, if you have a proper seal, if you really seal your windows and your doors properly, you actually save money, right? In your cooling costs for your air conditioning costs. And if you are living in, let's say, a colder climate, a more temperate climate country, right, it will save money for your heating. Okay, and also it also minimizes dust or even things like insects or pests coming in through, right? All those creepy crawlies coming in from outdoors. So there are as well side benefits in installing these fairly inexpensive products. Now, in addition to the door and window seals, you can also install maybe double glazed windows. Of course, this is going to be a little bit more costlier. There are also different methods as well. When it comes to doors, you can either DIY or do, let's say, a double door assembly. Or if you really have the budget, you can always install a heavy duty acoustic door. But of course, this all costs a lot more. Now, we're not going to go super detailed into, the topic of how to install and to do soundproofing and acoustic treatment. That will take up a whole other video or maybe even several episodes to cover such a big topic. But I would recommend that you check out the John L. Sayers a recording studio design forum. That is arguably that is going to be the best resource online ever if you have anything to do with anything related to studio design, soundproofing, acoustic treatment. Even it comes down to things such as electrical and your wiring and like HVAC, your heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. That is going to be the best resource out there online, which you can check it out, right? The John L. Sayers recording studio design forum. Okay, I'll leave the link down in the description below. Also, by the way, if you are interested in learning further, right, in learning how to sort of build your own home studio by yourself, I highly recommend this book. This is Home Recording Studio, Build It Like the Pros by Gervais. Okay, if there's one book you should get on how to build and how to construct your home recording studio, this is it. This is actually the second edition. I actually have the first edition book and I lent it to someone, but I can't remember who, but that person never returned the book to me. Okay, so if whoever it is who has my book, if you are watching this video, it's okay, you can keep the book lah, alright? Okay, you can keep the book. Hopefully you've made good use of it and that has been beneficial for you. So yes, check out this book, Home Recording Studio, Build It Like the Pros. Now you might also want to think about, and if you have a good relationship with your neighbors, right, to talk with them. Maybe you can work out and you can develop a schedule, so such as a time where they won't be around, maybe they're out at work or something like that, where you can also record your music. Maybe you also want to consider that you want to record via DI and using headphones, right? Maybe no amps or or amplifiers or use electronic or maybe program drums. It might not be as cool. You can't use maybe you can't be blasting an amplifier or using our acoustic drums, but for the sake of maintaining and keeping the peace, okay, these are maybe some options that you want to consider as well. Okay, don't forget, okay, to invest in acoustic treatment also for the room. Now, again, like I said, acoustic treatment is not the same as soundproofing, okay? So these can be in the form of, let's say, maybe bass traps, acoustic panels, diffusers, etc. But whenever you get these kind of products, be very, very wary, okay? Beware of companies that are selling soundproofing foam, fiberglass insulation, etc. Now, the fact that they advertise and they use the term, right? It's evidence, it's proof, right, of their total lack of knowledge on the subject, okay? I've got issues with companies who, use the term soundproofing when it comes to selling these kind of products, because it just shows they absolutely just don't know what they're talking about. You would also want to check and make sure that these products have measurement data along with. This is very, very important, right? Make sure that they have the NRC or STC. NRC here stands for noise reduction coefficient, right? And STC is for sound transmission class, right? Make sure they have these NRC or STC data values for their product that is being measured, because otherwise it is totally meaningless if you buy a product without any information or data on how well this product performs. Okay, now hopefully all these ideas would be able to help you and achieve the necessary isolation that you want, without breaking your budget. Okay, hope that helps. All right, so last of all, thank you once again for watching. Please do leave your questions and your feedback down in the comments below. I really, really love to hear from you. Hit me up on social media. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and of course on this YouTube channel as well. If you found this video informative, I hope that you'd leave a like, right? That will really, really help the channel when it comes to the YouTube algorithm. Do share this with your friends, okay? Remember to also subscribe to the channel. Click on the notification bell. Do consider signing up to become a patron at www.patreon.com/studio2105. Okay, remember guys, hope you will continue to stay safe, alright? Make sure that you wash your hands frequently. Take care of personal hygiene, maintain your social distancing. And I will hope to see you again in the next video. Same time, same channel, next week. Who tunes into TV channels again nowadays, right? Right? Everything is on YouTube, on the digital streaming and YouTube platforms already. Okay, take care then. All right, see you next time. Bye.